Hiring great coaches how to run an internship. It is tough to hand your baby over to a new caregiver, isn't it? But when you own a business, you have to stop being a technician and start being an owner. So you replace yourself in the lower value roles, and eventually you replace yourself as a coach. Now, I'm going to outline the process in this video. The process of training coaches has been one of my most costly mistakes in my 12 years as a gym owner. Once when I actually calculated the mistakes that I'd made in training and retaining staff, it added up to over $170,000 in my first 3 years. There's no way I could afford that, or you can afford it either. So here are the mistakes to avoid. These are the same hiring mistakes that I made. First, hiring people who look good on paper. Hiring for education instead of personality. Going straight to a salary instead of the optimal 4/9 model. Believing shadowing was a useful coaching method. And here's some really great mistakes that I've seen from other gyms. Undefined processes, like shadow me until I think you're ready. No continuing education plan after hire. Long internships for no reason, like you're giving somebody a PhD in the level 1 or coaching client. Relying too heavily on shadowing instead of instruction. You can read an article called "Is Shadowing Overrated?" on our website. The most common mistake is an internship process that's long for the sake of being long. This is typically a sign that the owner isn't quite clear enough on his or her vision, or is a little too focused on the knowledge piece of coaching. When you're training doctors, this is valid. They need more knowledge than bedside manner. But we're not training doctors, and we get to see our clients every day if our coaches can bring them back every single day. We believe that coaches should be different but follow the same template in a class. So if they tick all the boxes, professional appearance, hearty greeting, appropriate warm-up, one-on-one attention to every athlete, motivated coaching, smiling, hugs, and high fives, then they don't need to be a carbon copy of the owner. For that reason, our coach training process isn't called an internship at all. The first filter for new coaches at Catalyst and in most two-brain gyms is called the Advanced Theory course, or the ATC. Every year, or every 6 months even, we hold an 8-week specialty class called an Advanced Theory course. It's open to 6 members from our gym, and we secretly filter the members by personality only. So the overall template is this. The first 4 weeks, be taught, be trained. Participants attend 4 lectures by the owner, or now the head coach at Catalyst, and then they're assigned homework. They watch video modules, they submit assignments, and they group up on Saturday mornings. They're taught the CrossFit class template at our gym, and they train together in our regular groups. They track their workouts on paper, noting how the class followed the template and whether the coach who's leading the class ticked all the boxes. The next 4 weeks, they teach and train others. So in the second stage, ATC students do book reports. They teach one main point from a chosen author to the rest of the ATC group. Then they run a class for the other ATC participants only. The goal of this stage is to identify the people who are comfortable and fun in front of a group and people who can do their homework, absorb information, and teach it back. After 8 weeks, everyone graduates right back to class. So we'll say, hey, you've done a great job, congratulations, thanks for being part of our ATC, we'll see you in class. And that's the default. If we identify a person in the ATC who possesses an optimal personality, shows up on time, and can translate knowledge into useful information, we invite him or her to the next phase, which is phase 3, and it's 4 weeks long, where they practice the art of coaching. In this stage, the ATC student registers for CrossFit Level 1 weekend and begins a 6-in-6 transition to coaching. The student creates and leads warm-ups and cool-downs for 6 group classes and assists the main coach in the skill teaching portion of the class. If those go well, the student will swap roles with the main coach for 6 more groups and then be evaluated. New coaches are evaluated on the exact same criteria as our existing coaches. If they score 7 out of 10 in all requirements, they can start leading on-ramp sessions as soon as they earn the Two Brain Coaching first degree certificate. If they don't score a 7 in all categories, they can redo the 6-in-6 classes, or they can just return to being a student. That's fine. So the key components of the ATC model are this: choosing people who will make clients happy, evaluating and providing feedback at every step, having objectively measurable criteria for advancement instead of hoping we rub off on them through shadowing. Asking a future part-time coach to succumb to a 6-month shadowing process is overkill. It's inefficient, it lacks clear objectives, and it produces a different result every single time. Remember, Greg Glassman owns the largest brand in the fitness universe, and he'll let you use it after only 2 days of training. But the L1 doesn't filter for character and presence because those are mostly taught by our parents. Identifying the fun, caring clients in your box is the first step. Teaching them to teach is the easy part. After the filter, so after the ATC is done, they've done the 6 and 6. We believe in training coaches in 4 stages. You can read about those on the twobraincoaching.com site. In short, coaches should learn how to work with one-on-one clients first. So we want to control the variables that we can. And the variables are the programming and the group that's going to receive the programming. After they've coached clients one-on-one with a fixed programming, then coaches should learn how to apply their skills to a group setting. So we're changing only that one variable. Then they should learn how to program for one-on-one clients instead of delivering your programming. And then finally, they should learn how to program for groups based on data and results. And you can read more by clicking the link below that takes you to the Two Brain Coaching site to the 4 stages of coach development. You can also listen to the Two Brain Coaching co-founder, Josh Martin, talk about the 4 degrees of coaching on Two Brain Radio by clicking the podcast link beneath this video. Great coaches are method agnostic. So the Two Brain Coaching progression starts with principles and then moves into methods. My principles include getting the client's results first and foremost. I really don't like the dogmatic adherence to any ideology. That's what first attracted me to CrossFit. The method combined the basics from kettlebell training, weightlifting, gymnastics, running, and even parkour back then. I want my coaches to learn how to coach first and how to apply a specific method second. So I put coaches at Catalyst through the Two Brain Coaching first and second degree programs before I send them to a CrossFit L1. This makes them insurable, it gets them some experience and a little bit of money, and it teaches them how to relate to people before they learn how to spot flaws in thruster technique. I would also send them to Pilates certifications if I thought they were useful, or yoga, or whatever new spin class variation appears next week. I want my coaches to know how to get results, period. And that means training the best people in the best possible way.